All right, now ever since the decision was made to book Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. for the main event at UFC 307 in Salt Lake City, Utah, there have been a ton of people critical about this decision, about this fight, criticizing both the UFC and Alex Pereira, claiming either the UFC is protecting Alex Pereira from Magomed Ankalaev or that Alex Pereira is just ducking Magomed Ankalaev. Okay, now Alex Pereira has essentially pulled out an Uno reverse card on all this and claimed the exact opposite, that Magomed Ankalaev is in fact the duck and he's the one ducking Alex Pereira. So we're going to get to that in just a little bit. First, I want to play this brief response from Dana White when he gets asked about the booking of this fight, just for a little bit of context. Then we will get to Alex Pereira. Then I want to give my opinion on the whole Magomed Ankalaev situation towards the end. If you're new here, like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get started right now.
I wanted to ask you about the Khalil Roundtree booking against Alex Pereira. Obviously, it's a very, very fun fight on paper. With Ankalaev, I guess, being, so highly ranked and him being skipped over, what was the...
He wasn't skipped over. He's got a fight coming up. Ankalaev, we're laying the fights out now. Ankalaev's got a fight lined up. Go in there, do your thing, look great. Obviously, you're next. We had to make this fight card, and as you go down the line, you start looking at it. Khalil Roundtree makes a lot of sense, and you said it yourself. No way in hell that's not a fun one.
Was it all? I mean, you see it all the time. Timing is
Everything.
So was that just kind of what happened?
100%.
All right, so just to summarize there, Dana White basically just said timing was everything. The timing didn't line up, basically, is what he said, but it was towards the very end. Now, Dana White did sound a little bit like Jimmy from South Park in that whole answer, though I'm not sure why. But either way, he just said he's not been skipped over. He's got a fight lined up. Timing is everything. What he usually says, right? Just kind of vague posting. Now, there's just that little bit of context before we get to the Alex Pereira portion of this video. So, I'm going to have to read this out for you guys because obviously he speaks Portuguese. This is all in subtitles. We'll get to it. We're going to start right here at a lot of people ask me, I've always wanted to fight against Ankalaev. I threw that to the organization, left it very clear, but Ankalaev didn't want to fight against me. I don't know the reason. If it was the location, if he just didn't want to. He isn't the champion. He can't pick anything. I think that's the opportunity that shows up. He didn't want it. He has his reasonings. I don't know what it is. Came to tell you guys, I'm not scared of anyone. Everyone knows my history. Okay, so as I said, Alex Pereira basically just pulled out an Uno reverse card and is claiming now, actually, no, fuck you. Magomed Ankalaev is the one ducking me. He basically is saying he got offered this fight and he said no. He didn't want to fight me. Now, we can... Whether or not you think this to be true, at the very least, I think that Alex Pereira believes this to be true. What I mean by that is I don't think he's lying, okay? So even if this isn't actually the case, I do believe that this is what he's been told, and he thinks that this is true. I doubt he would come on here, sit in front of a camera, and just lie like this, okay? When, I don't know. I just for one don't. I believe that he thinks this is true, so I'm just going to take him at face value in that regard. Now, if we go back just a few moments ago, he says, I don't know the reason, if it was the location or if he just didn't want to. He isn't the champion. He can't pick anything. Now, this probably stems from that whole situation where Magomed Ankalaev, people were claiming that he was demanding to fight in Abu Dhabi. Now, there's a lot of people that quibble over the wording of that tweet that he made saying, no, he was just asking. He just wanted to fight hometown. He was just trying to shoot his shot and all the rest of it. I'm going to be honest, it did come off a little demanding, but either way, he has fought in the States since then. But it's not been for a championship level opportunity, okay? And the last time Magomed fought for a championship in the United States was against Jan Blachowicz. So I could actually see a world where he refused the championship fight against Alex Pereira simply because it was in the States. I could see that being the case. There's going to be a lot of people that don't want to bite that bullet or say that that could be true, right? Most of these people that are on the side of Magomed Ankalaev are just screeching Islamophobia and things like that. But let's be real here, okay? After his draw to Jan Blachowicz, which, by the way, it should have been a fucking draw, he threw a childlike tantrum, okay, where he basically said, and apparently it was a mistranslation, but that he didn't want to fight at this company anymore. Now, the translator apparently was supposed to say, in this state or country anymore. Pretty odd mistake to make for a professional translator, okay? One, by the way, who is his translator still to this day, which if that were me, I'm just going to throw this out there, that dude would have been fired immediately, okay? Because that mistake could have cost Magomed his job. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, yeah, you can keep translating for me when you make such a large error that could have been completely detrimental to my career. But either way, so I could see it being the case that he actually doesn't want to fight in the States for a title shot. Now, as I said, he has fought there since, but it was against Johnny Walker. Do you know what I mean? But this fight here, Jan Blachowicz, I think it was a very enlightening, like, contrast of personalities and characters to see, because I think that Jan Blachowicz acted like a man, right? A stoic man who was being humble and said, listen, I don't think I won, but I also don't really think I lost. I want to rewatch it. I'm not sure. Give him the belt since he's throwing a temper tantrum like a child. Okay, whereas Magomed Ankalaev was like, fucking spazzing out, thinking he won, even though he spent the first 3 rounds getting the shit beat out of him on the feet. Okay, it's odd to me, but either way. So I could see that being the case. And honestly, the way Dana White said the timing is everything bit there at the end, I could see that being Dana White, like, trying to save face for Magomed Ankalaev and not just outright say, yeah, he turned it down because he doesn't want to fight here, rather than him know Magomed's probably going to be next anyways, so we're just going to save face and say, no, it's just weird timing, whatever, we booked this fight, it's going to be a fun one, and all the rest of it. But I just have been sick of seeing people saying that Alex Pereira, of all people, is ducking Magomed Ankalaev, because I think that's fucking ridiculous. Okay, and honestly, dude, I'll be quite frank. I would have rather them booked Magomed for this fight, because at this point in time, dude, I'm confident enough that Alex Pereira will knock him out, because I'm confident enough that Magomed Ankalaev is stupid and arrogant and childish, and he would actually try to stand with Alex Pereira and he would probably get flatlined. Okay, now the reason we see so much outcry about this shit, and make no mistake about it, is because of the types of fans that like Magomed Ankalaev. As I said earlier, they're the kinds that screech about Islamophobia and racism, okay, and things like that. They're very sensitive individuals, and they've got a morbidly obese ringleader that screeches these things for them, okay? So, that just wanted to throw that out there. Now, I just wanted to point out to people, Magomed's been going a little scorched earth on Twitter. Now, it's neither here nor there. To be fair, fair play to him, dude. Guy's kind of just, like, taking it with stride. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to fuck anybody up anyways. Who cares? But I just wanted to point out, okay? I don't think... listen, dude. Is Magomed Ankalaev the most deserving in the light heavyweight division? Pardon me? Probably. Yeah, probably. Right? But I don't think it's, like, some, absolute crime that he's not getting the championship opportunity. Okay, in 2 years, this motherfucker's got a single win against Johnny Walker, dude. Dude, who hasn't beat Johnny Walker at this point? Okay, before that, this guy, listen, dude, I just thought of this. This is another reason the UFC could not want Magomed Ankalaev anywhere near a fucking title. Okay, because some of these guys are headaches to deal with, right? We just watched Muhammad Mokaev not get re-signed, straight up because the matchmakers didn't like to deal with him, right? Magomed Ankalaev on multiple occasions has caused issues, pardon me, right? We had the whole, this was not his fault, but the Ion Cutelaba fight with the weird moment with that stupid referee, Mini Mark Goddard, okay? We have the Jan Blachowicz draw where, like I said, he acted like a child and threw a temper tantrum who needed a bottle in the middle of the night, right? Dana White was already not happy about the draw, and then he was even more not happy when he found out that Magomed was basically trashing the company. And then we've also had Magomed Ankalaev be a little fucking whiner and say that judges are discriminating against Russian fighters. Okay, so listen, dude, if you can't get the racism accusation because you're fucking one of the whitest people on the planet, literally, based on where you come from. If you've used up all your Islamophobia cards, just move on to, they're discriminating against your nationality or some shit. That's what they do, dude. They go down the line. It's what they do. This is what these kind of creators do too, who back these guys and lose their shit over them not getting title shots, okay? Then we have this situation here, and this is probably another reason why he was like, no, I would like to fight in Abu Dhabi when I fight for the championship, because if I fuck up royally in Abu Dhabi, where I blatantly illegally knee someone in the head, they'll call it accidental, okay, to appease the crowd, Mark Smith, I believe it was, and I'll get a no contest and an opportunity a few months later to knock that guy out again. Do you know what I mean? Anywhere else in the world, this would have been a fucking DQ. It was so blatant and so illegal. I have no idea how any referee calls it accidental. But either way, dude, I'm sick of these people acting like Magomed Ankalaev is some like oppressed human who is just getting screwed over at every turn by the UFC. If we look at his record, dude, listen, he's on a long unbeaten streak, which is, by the way, this weird thing that people have to say nowadays when there is something like a no contest or a draw, splitting up his wins. Okay, this is not a win streak. This is a quote unquote unbeaten streak. In terms of a win streak, he's got one. Okay, one, right? And that's been 2 years since his last win. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just sick of these people screeching and screaming, you know, victimizing Magomed Ankalaev, including himself, to be quite frank, when it turns out, at the very least, if you believe Alex Pereira's interpretation of the situation, he was offered the fight, dude. He was offered the fight. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, quit bitching to Alex Pereira. He doesn't get to handpick his opponents. He's not Israel Adesanya. Okay, Alex Pereira did not say, no, I don't want to fight Magomed Ankalaev. Give me fucking Khalil Roundtree, who's on a 5-fight win streak, by the way. By definition, a longer win streak than Magomed Ankalaev, even if I don't think he beat Dustin Jacoby. Okay? Either way, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I keep seeing this narrative being spread. And as I said, Alex Pereira just pulled an Uno reverse card and flipped it on Magomed Ankalaev. Okay? For one, I think he is the most deserving in the division, but I don't think it's like a crime that he didn't get it. Especially if this entitled fucking brat who throws temper tantrums when the judges score a fight correctly, a draw, right? Okay? If he wanted to fight in Abu Dhabi, so he could cheat, right? Or he could, you know, feel like he was going to get the... This is the other thing, too. I see these creators that do this, where they cry about Islamophobia, say, like, why does it even matter? Abu Dhabi's not their home turf. It's not their hometown advantage and this and that. Well, why do they want to fight there so badly? Do you know what I mean? Ask yourselves that. And many people that are going to watch this video know the reason. Because they do get away with cheating. Even if it is the exact same referees and same judges that are over in the States, they just bring them with them. You know for a fact they treat things differently. There have been plenty of examples of fighters getting away with cheating. And they all seem to look a certain way or believe a certain thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So either way, dude. Okay? Based Alex Pereira with his Uno reverse card. Good for you, dude. Fuck Magomed Ankalaev. And he can cry a little longer. And so can all of the guys that screech and scream Islamophobia for him. So, like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.